Number 17. A war movie nod to Catch-22. Literary influences extended beyond the source material when a deleted scene referenced the surreal anti-war novel Catch-22, creating a brief moment of dark humor amidst the film's serious tone. The scene would have shown soldiers discussing the absurdities of military bureaucracy in a way that echoed Joseph Heller's famous work. However, the reference was ultimately cut during editing because it clashed with the film's overall respectful approach to military service. While Catch-22 portrayed war as inherently absurd, We Were Soldiers aimed to honor the professionalism and dedication of the soldiers involved. The deleted scene's removal reflected the filmmaker's commitment to maintaining a consistent tone that respected veterans' experiences. Including the Catch-22 reference might have undermined the film's central message about the honor and sacrifice of military service. Number 18. Mel Gibson's battle helmet. Attention to detail reached extraordinary levels when Mel Gibson wore an exact replica of Hal Moore's actual combat helmet, complete with authentic scuffs, dents, and insignia from the real battle. The production team had studied photographs and consulted with Moore himself to ensure every marking was historically accurate. Veterans who saw the film immediately noticed this authentic touch, with many commenting that seeing the familiar helmet design transported them back to their own combat experiences. The helmet's weathered appearance told its own story of the dangers Moore had faced as a combat commander. This level of prop authenticity extended throughout the film, with weapons, equipment, and uniforms all carefully researched and replicated. Gibson's commitment to wearing the exact helmet replica demonstrated the production's dedication to honoring the real people behind the story. Number 29. Death Notices by Taxi Drivers. The film's heartbreaking telegram delivery scenes accurately depicted one of the war's most tragic realities: families learning of their loved ones' deaths from complete strangers appearing at their doors. Military families during Vietnam often received the devastating news through telegram deliveries by civilian taxi drivers or postal workers. These scenes were among the most emotionally challenging to film, with actresses portraying military wives drawing on their research into how families actually experience these moments. The production team consulted with real military wives who had received such notifications. The accuracy of these scenes resonated powerfully with military families who had lived through similar experiences. Many veterans' widows praised the film for showing the home front reality that often gets overlooked in war movies focused primarily on combat action. Number 20. Giving the Enemy a Human Face. Breaking with Hollywood convention, the film showed North Vietnamese soldiers speaking their own language, writing letters to families, and displaying the same human emotions as their American counterparts. This approach challenged the typical portrayal of enemy forces as faceless, inhuman adversaries. Vietnamese dialogue was carefully researched and accurately translated, with native speakers ensuring authenticity in both language and cultural context. The enemy soldiers were shown as professional warriors fighting for their own beliefs rather than as stereotypical villains. This humanizing approach reflected the real veterans' respect for their former adversaries' fighting ability and dedication. Many American survivors of Ia Drang had come to appreciate the skill and courage of the North Vietnamese forces they had fought against. Number 21. Hal Moore Walked Out. The film's premiere became an emotionally charged event when Lieutenant Colonel Hal Moore abruptly left the theater during the fictional final charge sequence that never actually occurred. This painful moment highlighted the tension between Hollywood storytelling and historical accuracy that had troubled Moore throughout the production process. Moore's departure wasn't just about factual disagreement. It represented the deep emotional impact of seeing a dramatized version of events where real friends had died. The fictional charge felt like a betrayal of the actual soldiers who had fought and fallen in the Ia Drang Valley. The incident underscored the challenge facing any war film, balancing the need for dramatic conclusion with respect for historical truth. Moore's walkout became a powerful reminder that for veterans, these weren't just movie scenes, but sacred memories of fallen comrades. Number 22. The song that haunts the film. Musical authenticity reached its peak with the haunting Scottish lament Sergeant Mackenzie, which was re-recorded with a full choir at the legendary Abbey Road Studios in London. The song's mournful melody became one of the film's most emotionally powerful elements, perfectly capturing the grief of families mourning fallen soldiers. The choice of a Scottish lament reflected the military tradition of honoring the dead with bagpipe music, connecting Vietnam casualties to centuries of warrior culture. The Abbey Road recording gave the piece a depth and richness that enhanced its emotional impact throughout the film. Veterans and families often cite this musical element as the moment that moved them to tears, with the song's combination of honor and sorrow perfectly expressing the complex emotions surrounding military loss. The haunting melody became inseparable from the film's legacy. Number 23. A battle without a clear winner. Historical complexity emerged as the film addressed the reality that the Battle of Ia Drang wasn't the decisive American victory that many audiences expected from Hollywood war films. Both sides suffered devastating casualties and claimed success, with each drawing different lessons that would shape future strategies. The Americans proved that helicopter mobility could bring superior firepower to bear quickly, while the North Vietnamese learned valuable lessons about fighting technologically superior forces. Neither side achieved their complete objectives, making the battle's outcome ambiguous rather than triumphant. This historical honesty set We Were Soldiers apart from war films that portrayed clear-cut victories. The film's acknowledgement of war's complexity helped audiences understand that real battles rarely end with decisive winners and losers. Number 25. Real soldiers in the cast. The ultimate tribute came when several actual veterans appeared as extras throughout the film, quietly standing alongside actors who were portraying their younger selves and fallen comrades. These real warriors brought an authenticity that no amount of acting could replicate. The veterans served as both technical advisors and emotional anchors for the production. This quiet inclusion represented the film's deepest respect for the real participants in the battle. Having actual survivors appear in the movie created a bridge between Hollywood storytelling and historical reality, honoring those who had lived through the events being dramatized. We Were Soldiers stands as both a remarkable cinematic achievement and an ongoing historical debate. The film's creators pursued authenticity with unprecedented dedication, while its actors embraced grueling preparation that forged genuine bonds of brotherhood. Yet dramatic storytelling inevitably shaped historical reality, creating moments that moved veterans to tears and others that prompted walkouts. This balance between truth and fiction reflects the eternal challenge of translating real experiences into compelling cinema. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more untold stories from film history. Which of these secrets surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments.